visa lottery is not a scam. Well, no, don't get scammed.
Let me introduce you.
Hey, oh hi, it's your first time here. My name is Adenike or Olori Esho. Please subscribe to my channel if it's your first time here, and if you're returning, hi. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about how to relocate to America, and I'm making this video because I've gotten a few emails and a few DMs about it, and most times I just kind of tell people, oh, you know, I'm not sure, you know, I don't want to advise you wrongly and whatever. But I figured, you know what, I'll make this video to share with you the options that people have, people who aren't Americans, people who live abroad, people who live overseas and are interested in moving to the US. How do you do it? What are the options available to you? Okay, that's what this video is going to be about. I'm actually going to do a part 2 if you want. I'm going to do a part 2, which I think is even more important, on how not to relocate to America. Okay, I feel like that one is even more essential than this video. So if you're interested in that one, then let me know down below in the comment section. But for today, let us talk about the options that are available to you on how you can relocate to America. Number one of the fastest ways, or one of the easiest ways people go through to immigrate to the US, is to get or to come in through a student visa. Okay, so that's a situation where maybe you want to do your master's, or you want to do your undergrad, or you want to do your grad school, master's, PhD, whatever certifications, whatever the case might be. That's the situation where you apply to universities here in the US. Then maybe you get an admission, then you take that to the embassy, use it to apply for a student visa. And because students aren't eligible to get loans, they're going to make sure that you have enough money to pay for the duration of your education. They're going to look at your bank history, look at that at the interview, the visa interview at the embassy. They'll look at your, you know, your bank account statements, all of that. I think they might go as far as a year. I don't know. I've never done it before, so I don't know. But from people's experiences and all of that, that's one of the easiest ways people go through to come into the US. And I say it's one of the easiest ways because when you do get your visa and you come to the US after your study, typically you're supposed to return back to your home country once you're done with school, right? But in most situations, what people do is to look for employment here in the US, to look for a company that will be willing to file for you, to file for, I think it's called H-1B visa. That's a work visa where the company says, oh, you know what, we want this person to work for our company. And then that H-1B, I think you have to keep renewing every 2 years or so. And I think eventually at some point that can lead to you getting a green card, which is your permanent resident card. So the student visa might seem like a long shot, but as with anything, it's just the first step for you to even get into the country and then see if you even like it here. There are Americans that are relocating overseas. Yeah, you know, there are some people that come here for school and they're just like, it's not really my thing. Maybe I'll go to Canada, maybe I'll go to the UK, maybe I'll go back to my home country. Do you get what I'm saying? So, but the student visa is like the first step, and it's one of the easiest options available to people that don't have like families, which I'm going to talk about shortly, or that don't have any particular stakes or interest in America but want to relocate anyway. Number 2 is for you to apply for visa lottery. Now, I know during Trump administration, first of all, visa lottery is not a scam. Well, no, don't get scammed. Don't say Adenike said it's not a scam, so I'm going to go do every random visa lottery that I see. No, that's not what I'm saying. Make sure it's through the US embassy. Okay, well, during the Trump administration, I know there was a thing with, you know, visa lottery being restricted or limited. I don't know. I don't remember. But visa lottery itself has always, for years, has always been a thing where the US makes certain number of immigrant visas available through visa lottery, and so you can, as with any lottery, that one is luck. I actually know, yes, I know firsthand a family who moved to the US based on visa lottery. The mom won, okay, and based on the application, the mom's application, she had a husband and then 5 children, and all of them relocated to the US, and they all live here now. In fact, all the children, I think maybe except 1 or 2, are married with kids. So you can see how that has affected or given options to an entire generation, because one person decided to play the visa lottery and the one. So just make sure you're going through the original, the verified one. Like I said, I don't know what the situation is with visa lotteries right now, so make sure to do your research. Don't get scammed, please, and thank you. Number 3 way for you to possibly relocate to the US is through a tourist visa. Now, let me explain. So a lot of people, maybe after applying for the student visa, they don't get it for whatever reason, or maybe they have to delay or whatever. So with the visiting visa, you have a duration. You know, when you get to the port of entry, that's the immigration point before you're allowed into the US are proper. They're going to check your visa and your papers and all of that, ask you what you're coming to the US to do, and also stamp your passport with the duration that you are allowed to be in the US for. Is that English correct? Like the number of months that you are allowed to be in the US for. I think typically it depends on how frequently you've been visiting the US. If you're someone that's been to the US repeatedly over a couple of years, then they might give you as much as 6 months at a stretch to stay. But maybe if it's your first time, sometimes they can do a month, they can do 3 months, they can, you know, they can even give you the number of time. If you say you are coming for training for 2 weeks, is that 2 weeks they will give you, and they'll be like, after 2 weeks you gotta get out before you become an overstay. So it just kind of depends, and also I think that is also to the discretion of the officer at the port of entry as well. But if you are lucky and you're able to get in using a tourist visa, some people get in and they decide, you know what, I want to go to school. Okay, so they're able to, whilst before their tourist visa expires, it's very important, before their tourist visa expires, they're able to apply for apply to a school, apply for study at a particular university or school or whatever, and they're able to transform, is that the word, and they're able to apply for a change of status, which is to change their visa status from visiting visa to student visa. Okay, so someone can go from tourist visa to student visa to having an H-1B and eventually getting a permanent residence. Again, that is a long shot, and even with a student visa, you are not allowed to work. Okay, you don't have a work permit in the US. That's why they make sure that you have all your money for your upkeep, for your education, because you're not allowed to work in the US when you're on a student visa. So again, that's a long shot. You know, it's not, as long as you remain legal during that process, it is not illegal. And what I mean is, as long as at any point you don't become an overstay, it's not like they gave you a month to stay in the US on your tourist visa, then after staying a month and 1 day, you now decide, oh, I want to apply for student visa. It doesn't work like that. First of all, you're already illegal. You've become an overstay, and that's going to affect you being able to get back into, you can't even apply based on that, and it's going to affect you being able to get back into the US at another point, you know. So yeah, I'll talk about that in my how not to relocate to the US video, if I ever make the video, if you want it. Number 4, the number 4 option available for you to relocate to the US is to have a family member filed for you. Okay, so typically family members that are either US citizens or permanent residents are able to file for their family members as well. So husband can file for wife, father can file for wife, father can file for children. Now there are lots of logistics that affects the filing procedure. I'm talking about time. age, permanent residency or US citizenship. You know, there are lots of additional details that would need to be put into consideration that will determine how long the application will go on for. But generally speaking, a family member can file for, like, a son can file for father, daughter can file for sister, like brother can file for sister, brother can file for stepsister. You know, you can, yeah, there are just a lot of options available if you have a family member. And I'm not talking about my daddy's uncle's daughter's father's son. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about immediate family members. Okay. Number 5 option is for you to get a job from overseas. Yes, you can get a job in the US even whilst overseas. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying that if you have maybe a particular skill set that a company needs or whatever, you can look at. I mean, now these days with the old Trump administration thing and COVID and restriction on immigration, and the immigration laws in the US are quite tricky right now, but nothing is impossible. Okay, so what I mean is that if you are overseas, you can look for a job in the US, and maybe a company that needs your skill sets will say, you know what, we want you to come work for us, and they will be the ones to pick the burden of filing for you a visa that will bring you to the US, allow you to work and live legally in the US. So yes, that is possible. So if you have, like, what country was it that was like, oh, they're really in need of doctors and nurses at some point? Was it the UK? Yeah, was it the UK? Yeah, I think it was. Or maybe Canada or UK. Yeah, so in that kind of situation, or maybe you are a professional, you know, you are exceptional at a particular, you know, not a skill that it can easily hire someone in the US to do. That's the point I'm trying to make. So if you are in that situation, then you can apply to companies that might need you. Maybe you can get lucky and you can get a company that will say, you know what, we'll file for you, we'll bring you here, and because we want you to come work for us. Nothing is impossible. Number 6 way is for you to invest in the US. Yes, that's the thing. Maybe you have a buttload of money, you know, you have a whole lot of money, and you're looking to invest in, maybe start up a company, or you know, you want to start up a franchise of some sort, or you just have money that you can blow, okay, that you can use to invest in the US economy. There is an option for that. Now, it is a whole lot of money, a whole lot. So before you even consider that option, you have a whole lot of money. Okay, so maybe you suddenly come into a lot of money, or maybe an inheritance or whatever, and you decide, I want to invest it in something in the US. You can always use that to apply. That is also another way to immigrate to the US, and you'll be able to live here and work here legally. Okay, now I know there are some ways that you're thinking about that I have not mentioned, but like I said, I want to do a part 2 if only you want it. That would be how not to relocate to the US. So if you're interested in that one, let me know in the comment section. I hope you have found some value, no matter how little, in this video, and if you have, please make sure to let me know in the comment section as well. If you have more questions, go ahead and ask in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer as much as I can. Once again, I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you aren't. Follow me on Instagram, please, at Adenike or Adebayo. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, everywhere, Adenike or Adebayo, okay? Even Facebook as well. Thank you so much for watching. I pray God blesses you, your homes, your marriages, your relationships. Most importantly, I pray God blesses you. May God and God bless you. Bye.